Judy Holliday's successful career in film and theatre, specifically Hollywood and Broadway, developed from a few career moves in her early 20s. Without knowing where she would end up, Judy, unlike other actresses who knew what they wanted to do from an early age, like Katharine Hepburn or Joan Crawford, Judy somehow went with the flow and came out on the other end as a unique feminine icon of natural intelligence, charisma, and individuality. Before the emergence of the typical dumb blonde, icons like Marilyn Monroe, Jane Mansfield, Goldie Hawn, and Reese Witherspoon, Judy Holliday proved that this archetype is not so dopey and ditzy as they may seem. That is why she won an Oscar for Best Actress in 1951 for this type of role. Judy Holliday was born Judith Tuvim to a Jewish family in New York City. The thought of having Jewish women act in Hollywood was considered taboo and were always represented as loud, obnoxious, and squeaky-voiced women. A caricature, really. Yet we all know that Hollywood was a Jewish male-run industry since the beginning. The double standards were clear. And when Judy did not get into Yale University, even though she was incredibly intelligent, her interest in media production and stage performance was the immediate course of action upon finishing school. As a native New Yorker, it was easy for Judy to make connections in the arts world in New York City. Her first job was as a switchboard operator at Orson Welles' Mercury Theatre, and from there, Judy transitioned to performing on stage. At the age of 17, in 1938, she toured the East Coast as part of a nightclub act called The Reviewers. Once the group disbanded in 1944, Judy went on to act in small roles, but a year later she was cast in her first Broadway play called Kiss Them For Me. This career turn was successful for Judy, and it opened a portal for her to discover a role that would attract Hollywood. Judy was cast in the titular role of the scatterbrained Billy Dawn in the Broadway production of Born Yesterday. When the play was rewritten for a film version by Garson Kanin, Judy was second choice for the role, and when the first actress up for the role declined, Judy sealed her ticket to fame. However, Judy, being a completely unknown actress, then made Columbia Pictures studio head Harry Cohn reluctant to cast her. And as a result, Kanin, George Cukor, Spencer Tracy, and Katharine Hepburn rallied to have Judy do something substantial to get her in the spotlight. So she was cast in Adam's Rib in 1949, which co-starred Tracy and Hepburn. The two Hollywood stars knew that this opportunity to act in Adam's Rib would give enough reason for Judy to be cast in Born Yesterday. Judy still had to do a screen test and wait until Cohn was sure she was the right fit in comparison to other actresses' screen tests. Judy finally secured the coveted role and starred in the 1950 version.
Born Yesterday stars Judy Holliday in her history-making stage role as Billy Dawn. Blonde, beautiful, brazen, and oh, brother.
Judy Holliday's performance was highly praised. Her emotional range, comical effect, and vulnerability on screen proved her worthy of getting nominated for the Best Actress Oscar at the 1951 Academy Awards. And she won it.
I suppose you think you'd have been better off with that lousy saxophone player.
At least he was honest.
He was a dime a dozen chump.
He worked for a living, that's one thing.
I worked since I've been 12 years old. Nobody never give me nothing.
If a man goes and robs a house, that's work too.
In my whole life.
She was up against Bette Davis, who was nominated for her role in All About Eve. Now that was an achievement on Judy's side, to say the least. She also won a Golden Globe that year too. We would expect Holliday to go on and move to LA, film like 5 movies a year, and feature on magazine covers every month in typical Hollywood star fashion. But that was not the case. She remained in her dearest New York, got married, had a son, and kept her friend group and connections tight. Holliday only appeared in 6 more films after Born Yesterday. The Marrying Kind, The Solid Golden Cadillac, and Bells Are Ringing were well received. She was nominated for BAFTAs and Golden Globes too. Her last film was in 1960. She also did a few stage productions. For her stage performance of Bells Are Ringing in 1956, she won a Tony Award for Best Performance by a Leading Actress in a Musical. I'm sure that Holliday would have went on to make other great productions, whether they were film, stage, or even music albums, but she battled cancer in early 1960s and unfortunately passed away in 1965, a couple of weeks before her 41st birthday. To me, Judy Holliday was fascinating. She was super smart about the way she went about life. She immersed in various aspects of arts and culture and always stood up for herself. And it's an interesting dichotomy when she was always cast and treated as a silly little blonde. Holliday said that you have to be smart to play a dumb blonde over and over and keep the audience's attention without extraordinary physical equipment. She was the icon of the urban working girl character, and she definitely left her mark on the history of Hollywood, Broadway, and the Oscars.